thanks for being here. Today we'll be talking about monitoring and we'll be talking about SCOM and OMS. Now, who's using OMS right now? Hands up. Okay, not many, all right. Okay, let's try it again. Who's using SCOM right now? Okay, who's heard of SCOM? Come on, people. Okay. All right, and who's using SCOM 2016? 1, 2, 8. I upgraded for you. That's because of me. Hold on. Okay, so we'll be talking about a little bit about SCOM, not so much. What I really want to do is really focus on OMS and what OMS can do for you. So OMS has a lot of different solutions that it provides, especially within the log analytics. We unfortunately can't talk about everything in this session, so we'll be choosing a few solutions to show you. So we have 75 minutes. It will be a really full session. Hopefully we can get to the slides really quickly and just go into the demos. Everyone is in the right place? Okay, all right, no one's leaving, that's good. All right, let's. So my name is Rafaela. I'm a PFE or Premier Field Engineer for Microsoft, and I specialize in OMS and SCOM. So my passion is really helping customers or help you guys to provide a better service via monitoring. And with me today, I've got the beautiful Anna.
Thank you so much, Raf. Hi, everyone. I'm Ana Gaby Hernandez. I'm an Azure Technical Specialist. So I do everything related to Azure as a hybrid cloud and cloud infrastructure. Very happy to be here. It's time to share innovation. It's time to know that we all are in the same journey. So let's share a little bit of knowledge and experience. Great time. I'm very, very happy to be here with you today.
All right, so this is the agenda. We're just going to talk about some of the monitoring solutions and what its strategy is. We'll talk a little bit about SCOM and how that actually connects to OMS. We'll give a background on what OMS is and special log analytics, and we'll focus on some of the key solutions that OMS log analytics will provide. And then hopefully we'll just have time for questions, and if not, we can always grab us afterwards. Now, before we start, I need your help. I need you to help me with my demo. So if I can get you guys to get your phones out and send a tweet. So we need 2 hashtags in a tweet. We need to use MSAU Ignite, which is our conference one, and I hope you guys are actually getting involved and tweeting about the conference. But I also need to know that you guys are in here right now. So use the second hashtag, which is MSOMS. Come on, phones out.
Come on, guys. Don't be shy.
Okay, I'll get mine because at least I know I have one. Hang on. And then let's just take a photo. Yay! All right, happy with that. There we go, 1 tweet for my demo. And also, just be careful because this is being recorded, right?
Be careful.
It's gonna show. Yeah.
Everything's on record, guys. Be nice.
Cool. Yep. All right. Awesome. Thank you. All right. We'll wait a little bit and see how that goes. So I hear a lot of rumors of people going, okay, what is OMS? Is that the new SCOM? Is that going to be replacing SCOM? Am I out of a job? Not quite. So SCOM is still, not quite, not yet. So SCOM is still there. Like it still does a lot of beautiful things. It can monitor your cloud. It can monitor your on-premises. It is a whole monitoring solution. It's very mature and it's been around for a long time. OMS came in because we were complaining about all this computer data that SCOM was actually collecting. And it's like all this awesome data, and how do we get better insights into the data in an easy way instead of actually having to go to the data warehouse? Do we like data warehouse? Anyone here? Yeah, I don't either. So this is where log analytics come in to actually, get more deep insights into it. So together, they're actually better. But there are some things that OMS log analytics can do as well as SCOM. So you can actually do alerting, you can do remediation, and you can actually use as a monitoring solution. It won't be as robust as SCOM is, but it is just a cloud-based solution. So there's no on-premises log analytics, it's all cloud-based. Next one. In SCOM 2016, we introduced HTML5 web console. Come on, people, cheers! Isn't that awesome? No more Silverlight. Actually, there's a little bit because we haven't actually taken everything, the Silverlight on every page, which is getting there, getting there. So it is one of the things that customers have been asking for. Silverlight is end of support right now, so it's, that was a bit late. We also introduced maintenance mode scheduling. Yes, yes, a lot of people actually cashed in on that. But yeah, so there's a sort out function as well. Network monitoring, we've always had it there, but now we do have the ability of you to go and build your own management packs using network monitoring, management pack authoring. We also introduced new monitoring capabilities for the server and also the 2016 management packs. But that's not all. One of the biggest things that we had complained was performance, right? We'll always blame the SQL people, and really, 99% of the time, it's the fault is on them. Let's just not say anything. But yes, we improved performance, especially on alert view. It is a lot quicker now with 2016. For tuning as well is a lot simpler because you can actually see how much volume, how much data a single management pack is actually generating, and you can go and start tuning your management pack from one single view. There's one feature that is there, but personally, as a PFE, as an engineer, I don't really like, which is a management pack catalog. It gives you suggestions on management packs that you can install based on sort of agents that you have. So it means that if it sees a Windows 10, you can actually go and download the management pack from the console for Windows 10, and you get a lot of alerts when people are logging out overnight. Anyway, so there's a lot of management packs that you can actually go and download, and a lot of the time you actually don't need to download all those install the management packs. We improved Linux monitoring as well. So it used to be 5,000 per management group, now it's 15,000. And also the email notification, which was a big ask, because before we couldn't actually authenticate remotely, we had to actually authenticate locally on a SCOM server. So that was a big change. But that was SCOM. But SCOM itself, by itself, it's really good. But this is the add-on. This is where the magic happens. Anna.
Thank you, Ram. So OMS, we announced OMS some time ago. When we created this solution, we wanted to do it with innovation in mind, and we wanted to do it as a cloud management solution, where we have to consider some key points for this. Be able to manage any cloud from any OS and any application. All of that in one single view in an integrated experience. And that's exactly what OMS is capable of. Because we know that you have significant investments, of course. Today, your applications are in Windows and Linux and across different hypervisors. And also, your applications, you are maybe moving them to the cloud, you are moving them to Azure, but maybe you are also using some other cloud providers like AWS or Rackspace. So how can we have everything together in one single console, in one single place, and again, with a way to have a great integrated experience? That's what's OMS, and we do that across 4 different areas. We have here the analytics and monitoring, which is the key one that we're going to have a view today. We also have a way to have orchestration and automation. That means those repetitive tasks, those difficult tasks, those boring tasks that you have to do every day, be able to do that from here, but also be able to integrate that with the remediation that we need when we are monitoring our environments. We are also able to do backup and disaster recovery. So for that is backup and disaster recovery in the cloud using OMS and empowered by Azure. And very key one as well, having security and compliance. So knowing your security posture at any point in time is critical. And we will show you that solution in particular today as well. So log analytics is the one that we are going to check on today. The idea here is be able to go and collect all the data from so many different sources, putting all of that together, collect, correlate, and act, because with that, we can give you powerful insights. We will be able to separate all the good information from the noise. So with that, then, you can remediate immediately. You can act immediately. You can also use the solutions that are pre-built in OMS. You just have to enable them. You just have to add them, basically. And also, if you prefer and you want to create some queries and create your own solutions and your own dashboards, you are also able to do that. So basically, you can do in the way that is better for you, because you are the only experts of your own environment, so you know what's better for you. You know what works better in your particular situation. And again, have that log and remediate that problem immediately. Spot on that problem and remediate it.
And there are no limits, right? I think that's probably one of the biggest things, because it's a cloud service. It doesn't matter how much data you actually send a day. You could be sending data from 10 computers, 1,000 computers, 10 terabytes. It doesn't really matter. There's no actual limits on how much data you send it to OMS.
Exactly, because it's empowered by the cloud, so that's really good.
Yeah.
So consumption with OMS is really, really growing. We have more than 60,000 accounts just right now. It's everything empowered by Cortana intelligence. We also have powerful machine learning behind. We know that this is really a key solution, and a proof that we are doing key investments and key solutions here is disaster recovery as a service in OMS is one of the lead solutions in the market today. So a lot of innovation here and a lot of investment. You will see that during the session. There's also different ways to connect to OMS, to the OMS workspace. And this is also one of the good ones when we talk about flexibility. So you can do that using a direct agent that you can install with Windows or Linux. You can also connect to your SCOM environments. You just have to connect to a direct SCOM workspace. You can also connect through APIs and to some other cloud solutions like Office 365 and everything that is in Azure, like Azure Storage or Event Hubs, all the Azure services that we have in place. So very flexible, very different ways to connect here. And again, there's been a lot of discussion and conversations about what to use, what is better. So tell me, Raf, why should I use SCOM?
So SCOM can collect events. I can install management packs and actually choose what type of events that I want to collect. And then that goes into my operations database, and it goes into my data warehouse, up to usually 400 days that I can report on the data.
Well, with OMS, I can basically collect everything from any source at any time. I can have everything together in the cloud, and I can access that and correlate that at any time.
Okay, I've got more. We can collect performance data as well. So used by best practices, we collect a sample every 15 minutes. We get the sample value, we store it into the operations database, put in the data warehouse, and also do aggregation. We do hourly aggregations and daily aggregations, and then we can report on that as well from the data warehouse.
Well, with OMS, with the performance collection in OMS, we can have near real-time collections for performance counters.
What's near real-time?
Near real-time, we're talking about 10 seconds.
You mean minutes?
10 seconds.
No, minutes.
No, 10 seconds.
Okay, all right. Okay, this is the best, right? So SCOM can do traffic light reporting. You can actually look at the console and see what the state of your servers or services are at the point in time. So it uses an aggregation of monitors that calculates the health of it. So it's great when you want to actually display on dashboards, or if someone is asking the state of your service and measure availability. That's one of the most powerful things that SCOM can do.
We can do also dashboards in OMS,
State dashboards?
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Right. Okay. Alert. We can do alerting as well, and we can also do remediation SCOM.
Yes, and we can also do that with OMS, but the good thing is that we have powerful data warehouse in place. We can integrate all of that directly with Power BI. So again, we can have near real-time reports. that you can give back to the business. So give that dashboard that is important for, that business unit or those server admins. That's the only thing that I need to see.
And the last one, I'll just give it to you because, Scrum, that's why OMS got started, because we needed better insights. So
sorry, but yes, so that's the idea here, that we are going to review what's that's happening with OMS. But I think the idea here is that we actually integrate with each other. We don't compete with each other, and there's no better solution one or the other. It's integration. Yeah. So good.
Better together.
Thank you. Perfect. So with that, let's move on to actually show you what's in OMS.
My favorite part. Okay. All right. So for those that didn't really raise their hands before, this is the Scrum console, and this is the administration panel. So from 2012 and 2016, you can actually integrate your Scrum with the OMS. And what that means is that it's a lot easier to manage your agents. You can get the agent from the OMS portal and install the agent that way, and that will be a direct connection between your agent and the OMS portal, or you can actually use Scrum to manage that. And that just gives a little bit more flexibility the way that you manage. So you can choose what agents to install. You can do automatic grouping as well. And you can also tune some of the management packs that it comes with the OMS and change the behavior. So if you actually run a direct agent and it has an interval of collection every 2 hours, for example, with Scrum we can actually change that. So in here, in the administration, you're all going to get an OMS. Can everyone see that? Yeah. So we're always going to get like a little connection. I just put it in there because it skipped the authentication process just to be a little bit quicker. So there will be an option for you to actually go and click on it and configure. You authenticate with whatever account you have access to in OMS, and that will give you, that will list all of the workspaces in OMS that you have access to. So you select the one that you want, and then you click on next, and that will just go and connect your Scrum to OMS. Now, from that point, all it's going to do is actually download some of the management packs. So I'll show you what it looks like for the Scrum people in the room. Okay, so all the System Center Advisor management packs, those are management packs downloaded by OMS. And if you're wondering why it's called Advisor, is because that was the first name that OMS had. So it evolved from being System Center Advisor to Operation Insights and now to OMS. So you get all of these management packs, and once you have the management packs, you can tell Scrum what computers you actually want to manage. Now, this is just it's a computer group, basically. So you can actually do a automatic membership for the computer group if you want to, or you can manually manage the computers that you want to be managed by OMS. Once you have your computers in here, you go into your OMS workspace. This is my workspace. I've mentioned later on, but you can go and open your own workspace as well. It's you can get a trial, like a free workspace that will keep your data up to 7 days, and it doesn't expire, so you can actually always use it. But this is my workspace. If I go to settings, my connected sources, I've got 3 computers connected, and then under System Center will tell me all of the management groups, the Scrum management groups that I can actually connect to OMS. And I can connect as many management groups as I want. So this could be a super Scrum. Yes. So it could be a super Scrum because it does correlate all the data into one repository, and also all the alerts as well. So you can have that one single view of all the alerts of all your management groups in one place. So this is my lab over here that got connected. So once you've got your computers and your all your management groups connected, you can tell OMS what sort of data to collect. In here, I've got some events, I've got some performance counters if I want some Linux as well, some IS, I can do custom logs as well, so I can put it into a share or to a file on my agent and actually ingest their data as well. From there, you can add solutions. There are many solutions. And in fact, about a year ago, when I looked at this page, I could actually take a screenshot of that page and it would fit all the solutions in there. Now, there are lots and lots and lots of solutions. So, and that's actually is going to keep growing a lot more. Right now, you can build your own solution. You can either use ingest files and just build your own dashboard, or you can actually use ARM templates to build your own solution and deploy it. Okay, so the data, you can actually go and search the data. So over here in the little search, and it's not PowerShell. You know, it was a learning curve, but I'm really used to PowerShell, but it's not. It's sort of similar, so it sort of throws you off a little bit. With this star, I can get all of the data and see how quick it actually loaded. That's 4 million entries, and that loaded like that. We can't do that with Scrum Data Warehouse, unfortunately. And then I can go and just use filters. I don't have to know how the language actually works, but I can use the data, I can use the filters on the side to actually help me out. So every time I go through this demo, I actually pick a different field and different data to go. So let's see where we get to with this little part now. So I chose type of event, and it gave me up to 9,000 results. And I can go and use that data to put more filtering and group the data as well. For example, by source. Let's group by source, and that will just straight away just give me a group of all the events grouped by source, and I can go and click on another one and add that to my filter and continue to search. There's some errors here. I'm just going to again filter to my errors, and again I got 2,000. And still I can maybe do a table like that, but this is my favorite part over here, is this minify. It actually uses machine learning to summarize your events and gives you a summary, so it's a lot easier to see. And I can see I got nearly 2,000 events, and they're all about the same thing. Another one that I really like as well is the performance. And I know because I had to build a lot of reports using reporting services, and getting performance data from OMS is a breeze. I actually really like it. So I can get the performance data as metrics, and it will show me as metrics. I can use my filters. That's the one. What else do I have here? And I can change the date time period as well. So you can see here that I've got a bar that I can sort of slide back and forth in time, and really get more details about that graph. So this is a lot of information. This is a sample of 10 seconds that's actually getting collected, and I can see when I slide through it and hover my mouse over it, I can see different values. And it is good. It's a lot of detail, and that data is there for me, available for everyone. But this is my favorite part. So remember how I said that Scrum does aggregation? So as soon as you collect the data on a timer job, it will go and do aggregation of the data. So it could be either daily or hourly aggregation. So OMS can do it better.
Ralph, how can I know about the query language? How can I learn about it?
So we have really good documentation, but there's also a query builder that's coming up as well. So we have a lot of people actually asking questions about it and how hard sometimes it is to figure out how to use it. So it's something that we're working on that to make it easier for you. So I've already typed that, so I'm not going to type the whole thing, but you can see I can get my average value, my max value, my minimum value on an hour interval. Now, give me a number between 1 and 60. 4? Okay, 4. So you will aggregate the data on an interval on the fly. You know, I don't actually have to pre-calculate my aggregation, it's just there. So this is one of my favorites, and you can also choose how you want to display the data, and you can save it, you can save so you can actually look at it later, or you can also set up an alert. And this is when it becomes a monitoring solution. So you can set up a trigger on that query and send out either an email if I want to, webhooks, so I can integrate that to service management tools like ServiceNow, for example, or I can also trigger a runbook because it's integrated with the OMS automation. So I can link the accounts and trigger a runbook right from here. Another thing to point out as well, like within the automation, you can, when you run a runbook, you can select to either run that runbook on Azure, or you can run that on Azure on a hybrid worker. And what that means is that when you configure a hybrid worker, you're going to assign one of those monitoring agents to run that workflow for you. So that means that you can run the automation, the recovery service locally within your environment. Okay, so the data's all there. You can search, you can correlate, you can alert, you can do all sorts of different things. But sometimes we really don't know, or we don't know, and that's when the solutions come in place. So one of the ones that I really like is their change tracking solution. How many times something broke and then, something changed and nobody said, oh yeah, it was me.
Nobody to blame.
It wasn't me. Nothing changed. I was like, something's not working right now. And I was like, no, nothing changed. So I'm just going to change workspace because this one has more data and it'll be a little bit more interesting. Okay, so you can actually track changes. So you can track changes by services. So state of services, startup, stop and start, registry. You can set up files as well, so you can track any changes in certain files. Software changes, that's a really big one. And more registries coming. It's not there, so registry as well, so you can set up any changes to registry. Yes? Can you do AED? No, not yet. But that's a good idea. Come and talk to me afterwards. Yeah. All right, so there's heaps, like a bunch of stuff that you can actually report on it. And I don't know if you've mentioned it, but by default, when you open a workspace, it's usually 30 days, a retention period, but you can actually extend it up to 2 years. Okay, another solution that I really like and is close to my heart is because I'm a PFE, and as a PFE, I do a lot of health assessments, right? I'm a SCOM specialist. I go to customers and I always do SCOM health reports, and in fact, I've got some customers here that I've done that for before. What we have is the assessments. So this is the SCOM assessment. It's a subset of rules that we use as part of a Premier Services that analyzes the health of your environment. And in this case, it's a SCOM. So it just gives me recommendations on how to improve the services of SCOM. So automatically it will collect the data every 7 days and it will give you that report for you. And it doesn't matter, remember how I said there was no limit on how much data you send or how many servers you send? So you could have, 50 SCOM servers or 200 SQL servers. So this is a accumulation of knowledge that our field engineering acquired over the years based on incidents that happened with you guys, with customers, and how we could actually make sure, configure your SQL server to make sure that you could avoid those instances or that it was actually performing really well. So it's all there. It's free. You know, it can be free. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to be out of a job because you can get my work for free. Come on. So, and there's also an AD one right now. So there's a SQL assessment, a SCORM, and AD. And there's an AD replication too. And there will be more to come. Okay, Anna's going to talk about network performance monitoring. So network performance monitoring is a preview solution, part of the Insights and Analytics that Anna will be talking about.
So network performance monitor, in here we do all the monitoring of any problem that you could have in your network. Any latency that you might have, any performance issues. We do this across IPv4 and IPv6 environments. We're able to reach out on-premises networks, hybrid cloud environments, and also IaaS environments up in Azure. Once that we collect all that information, we present all of this back to you so you can understand what's the situation of your network. So it's not really to be monitoring network devices. It's to understand what's happening from, let's say, from the node or from the server perspective. If you reported an issue and you don't really know where's the problem, you don't even know if maybe it's really the database that is down, or maybe it's a problem in the network. So with this one, you can easily assess what's going on and what's happening here. So we present this across different blades as with any other of the solutions in OMS. You can see here that I have a quick view of what are my network links, what I have according to the subnetwork links. All the paths that I have, that means is the amount of hops that I could have between two different servers, amount of devices I'm monitoring, and all the interfaces that will be basically the physical portion or the physical node of that. We also have a way to present all the health issues that are happening in the environment. A health issue or a health event is basically a threshold that you decide, a threshold that you would put in place, and once that threshold is broken, that would be reported here as a health event. So you can see in here that you have those active health events that will be named on, this is a problem and this is the time since the problem is being active. You can also have a quick view of what are the unhealthy network links, and you also can understand what are the networks with the most loss and also with the most latency.
I like this is a real demo. Every time we go and look at the dashboard, we get
different
different data. Yeah.
Everything's different. So it's a live environment, and that's really, really good. So again, as with any other of the solutions, you have access to the common queries. This means that you have a list of all the queries that are pre-created for you. You don't need to know the query language. So if you are not into typing, and you don't like that, you don't really need that. You can start using OMS just as it is. But also if you prefer to do it because you really love typing, you really love to be interacting with the console, you have the power of both, right? So it's really up to you, it's really your option. If I click in any of it, it will take me straight to the search portion of OMS, as Raf was showing before. So very interesting as well. I can see here I have problems with my network, right? I have this situation happening between Bay and Hong Kong. So what's going on? Let's click on it. And it will start to drill down on what could be the problem. It will show me what's the subnet link that is presenting those issues. And it will also show me a graph, as we saw before in the search query. But it's very good for network, because if you have those transient problems that might happen, and we never know because it's just a peak, it's just a situation that suddenly occurred, you can come back to the graph and understand what was the problem and what was the loss. And I can also request a view of the node links that I have here. It will give me the list of all the nodes that are part of that subnetwork. And then I can understand quickly what's going on. What's the node that could be presenting the problem or the link that is presenting the situation. So if I click on it and I request a view of the topology.
This is my favorite part.
Ta-da! So it gives you a topology of what's happening, the amount of hops, all the different routes that the packet is taking to come from the source node that you have here. You have details of everything from the source to the destination, IP address, name, network, subnet. All the problems with the network are highlighted in red, of course, and all the healthy links will be highlighted in green. And maybe you want to know more, but maybe you want to understand what's the situation across some other networks that might not be experiencing any issue or any problem. Just pick the node that you want to reach out, and it will give you a graph, an immediate graph of what's the amount of hops and what's the amount of links that exist in between those different nodes or servers. So really great solution. We are going to keep investing in this one and developing. You will see, I won't say anything, so let's wait for the roadmap portion.
Got a question?
Yeah. Basically, this is one of the favorite things here as well. You just require the OMS agent that we show at the beginning. And there's specific instructions for this one. You have to download a PowerShell script that it will specify to the node what's the next hop that it has to take. And with that, it will create a map immediately for you.
Yes.
All this information is coming from the server node.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're not actually querying any devices. That's just a task that runs from one node to the next node. Yeah. So that's just an agent. It's a transaction that happens between nodes.
So when you configure subnets in this solution, you have to include all the subnets that the servers are sitting in?
No. So during the configuration, when you add it, they will give you all the available subnets to that server. So it will give you the IPv6 and IPv4, and then you can actually select which ones you want to use.
Yeah. The only thing that you would see is like, this is a list of subnets, of subnetworks that I found. You just have to decide to which network you want to put it, but that's more for your clarity, for your own management, and that's it. It will discover everything automatically. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on.
Security?
Yes. So security,
I
again,
love this part.
favorite one. This is one of the key investments in OMS. We are really, really investing here. We are really putting a lot of effort and knowledge here. And this is just because we have the right amount of information to do it, right? So with that, you will have the ability to understand your security posture at any point in time. And we will deliver all of that information for you across different domains, as you see on the slide. Can give you your posture regarding updates, regarding anti-malware, regarding identity management, threat analysis, and so much more. So let's just switch to the demo to actually show you how it looks like. Yeah, so the very first thing that you will see here is, again, this comprehensive dashboard, and it will go across all the different blades. You can understand the first thing is across different security domains. And this is when we refer about that convergence of information, having all that correlation and having all of that together at once. We run the largest cloud services in the world, so we, of course, are under attack all the time. We have all of that information. We are collecting all of that and putting that available for you. So I will drill down in one of those domains later, but we can also see the notable issues. And we present this in a list format because we have so much more information here, and this is refreshed all the time, all the time. So we pick the ones that could be critical or important for you, and we present that in this list format. We will keep adding more. So right now we're tracking events or situations like someone is trying to log in with a clear password, or maybe there's a guest account that is trying to access to critical environments, all of that will be notified here.
Or
But again,
or someone is trying to cover the tracks and deleted the
exactly,
event
someone
log.
is trying to delete, I don't know, anti-malware or trying to get into registry settings.
Yeah.
So all of that will be tracked here. We are taking that information from other solutions like the one that Raf shown before, like change tracking, and we take that and present that immediately for you, highlighting that that is a security issue.
And you can configure your own as well. So if you've
Correct.
got like a CEO account, so you can make sure that that account is not failed passwords for a particular account, for example. Yeah, it's just do your own notable issues. So do you have a question?
We have SCOM agents, excuse me, installed on our servers. Would we need to upgrade those to OMS agents to be able to access this sort of data through the OMS console?
The answer is no. So it depends on the version that you have. So from a update rollup 7, I think, 2012, you can connect that to OMS. So there's no changes on the agent itself. It's all the same agent, yeah. The agent that you download from the OMS is always going to be more up to date. So if you're really having any issues with the agent, that sort of thing, our troubleshooting step would be to go and download the latest version, yeah.
Yep. So again, we have some other blades. We have the detections, which is a quick view of the threats that could be happening. So anything weird, anything suspicious, anything that shouldn't be happening at this point in time will be also highlighted here. Then threat intelligence, that is definitely my favorite.
Yes, my favorite too.
This one is for sure something that is going to help you, because all that information that we mentioned about, I have all of that together. I know that I might be under attack as Microsoft. Having that information available for you so you can map all of that back to your own environment. It's like having security as a service. You don't need to go and install anything sophisticated. You just install these agents, enable the solution, and it will be able to let you know if you have any malicious intent, any malicious traffic trying to get into your environment. It will also tell you what's the threat type, and it will also highlight in a security graph where's the attack coming from, and if you are actually having any outbound traffic. That means that you are actually under attack, you are actually compromised. So you can interact with this graph just by clicking on the problem, opening the dashboard, and it will give you so much more detail about that particular situation. I have the threat types that have been detected at this point in time, and it will give me the details of the IP address, what's the threat type, a description of it, and where's the attack coming or trying to go for. So all of that information together, again, mapping that for your environment. This is great, great insights, and again, nothing sophisticated to install or to try to configure here, right?
And usually when you click on one and there's no information out on overview, it's because we actually identified as a malicious IP address, but it's so new that we don't have enough information on it. So it's really interesting to see some of the data that comes out of it. It's also one of my favorite dashboards. I do a lot of service availability dashboards, and the security guy always gets left out because the work that you do is usually about silent. So having a dashboard where you go, hang on, people are actually trying to invade you, but you're actually holding the fort really well. I really like the dashboard.
Correct, and you can, as with any other solution, have the time window that is better for you. So if you are trying to understand any attack, you can go back in time, maybe for forensic approach, or just understanding your situation at this moment. Sorry.
Can we integrate OMS with the AT, the Advanced Threat Analytics?
Yes, you can. Yeah, we can leverage the data as well. So you can actually look at the data within OMS.
And one last question. OMS is only about detection. It's not about resolution, right?
That's correct, yeah. So security is one of the biggest things. It usually takes about 200 days for you to detect that you have an intrusion, and that's where we're trying to assist you and making sure that you detect it a lot faster. Also, because it takes 120 days, I think, to clear the threat afterwards as well, and then making sure that you have fast detection, and also because we're tracking the servers, we're tracking where it's communicating to. You've got your network performance, you've got your wire data. We can see, exactly what's being compromised, and it's a lot faster to clear. So another question there. And nothing more than what Scrum usually does. So he actually caps itself as 10,000 private bytes. So it doesn't go any further than that, yeah.
Good question?
Yeah, what's your roadmap for multi-tenancy, please?
The roadmap?
For multi-tenancy?
Oh my, I love that question. I get that all the time, and I go to the product team, and I'll always bring that up, and the answer is always very vague. And in fact, I was in Seattle last week. We had the same question, and they go, "Yeah, it's coming," you know. But yes, thank you. I will. There is a user voice on how to vote for that, and I always get my customers to go there and vote for that because that's what we actually base and prioritize our investments.
Yeah, it's very important to put your request there. Yep. Okay, so coming back to the domains, let's go and drill down a little bit on what's presented there. The very first tile will explain the security records over time. Again, I can go directly to the slides window if I prefer that, or I can just go to the graph. This graph would give me a quick view of the last 7 days. So if I want to understand something quick and easy for yesterday or 2 days ago, I can just go here. Anti-malware assessment. Basically here, we will be collecting all the threat status or threat situation or any compromise situation that's happening in your environment. We will take that information, send it to OMS for all the analysis, and we will present all of that back to you as a computer with detected threats, which is the first one. And you can also see what's the computers with insufficient protection. So all of that information, again, instantly, with no need to add anything else, any other solution or tracking solution here.
And it doesn't matter what anti-malware you actually use, as long as the anti-malware is using a Windows API, which most of them actually do, it will actually detect it for you.
That's right. This is one of the ones that we will keep also adding more and more and more, because of course we know that this is critical. So you will see specifics from particular security vendors here highlighted immediately. We can also see, let's think for a second, coming back to the graph, I saw that I'm under attack. There's might be a problem right now. So one thing that usually happens when I'm under attack is that they come and they try to remove immediately the anti-malware to try to get in more and to have more information. So I can go and click quickly to see all the computers that are not reporting any protection at this point in time. And it will give me the quick list of, this is the computers that are not sending any information at all. So we have to go and check on what's going on them. And if I click on any of it, it will narrow the search to give me the chronological view regarding security and regarding threat analysis for that particular one. So I can actually see if someone came before and removed the anti-malware engine at some point in time. Okay, let's go back. And let's see what else is here. So, update assessments.
This is not a favorite too.
Another favorite, definitely. So, update management will let you know what's your updates situation across your Windows and across your Linux environments. It will give you the details for all the assessed computers from the computer view, but also from the updates view. So are you missing any updates? This is the updates you are missing at this moment, so go and check on them. But it's not about just showing you like, you are missing these updates, or it would be good that you have it. You can also act on that. You can just go quickly and say, I want to manage my update deployments.
Any SCCM engineers in the house? Yeah, okay. Right,
Okay,
I'm sorry. This
sorry,
is really
guys.
cool.
We don't need SCCM for this.
We don't need device anymore.
So, this is straight from OMS doing the update management. So basically here, I can add my own rules. I can add my own update management. And I can say, I want you to send this update to one computer or to a group of computers. And I can also specify what's the schedule for it, what's the start time and start date for this. Once that happened in the past, I can also come and see what's been completed to understand the details of any update deployments in the past. So let's go and check on this one that was named Line of Business Updates. Let's see what's in it. It will give me a quick view of if the update was successful or what happened or if anything failed in here. And again, I can drill down. If there's a problem in that particular update, I can drill down and understand why it didn't happen,
So you
why
had a
it didn't
question?
succeed.
Yeah, so can this plug into SCCM and in particular SCARP, because obviously you'll pick up the OS base, but we've also got an investment in SCARP with a large catalogue behind it for tier 1, tier 2. Could we plumb that in?
Repeat the question.
Yeah, no, so you can't actually use SCCM with it. Yeah, so it needs to be pointing to Windows Update. Yeah.
Okay. Go back, and now let's change
So
to.
another question there.
Sorry.
Two quick questions. Can we integrate OMS with Orchestrator in case there's an event with an executor specific window?
Yeah, so
The
OMS.
question is.
Yeah,
sorry.
sorry, go
yeah.
on.
The question is, can we integrate OMS with Orchestrator, right? Yeah. Sorry. They're
Yeah.
asking us to repeat.
So the orchestration within OMS is actually OMS automation, which works the same way. So it has it's based on runbooks, and you can use PowerShell workflows, and also which is coming. It's Python, which is really exciting. But yeah, so you can orchestrate it using the automation as well. Yeah.
Good. Okay. So let's move on to the next domain, which is network security. This one is basically highlighting all the security events related to network that are collected by another solution that's called Wire Data. So if there's anything regarding security, any particular problem around that from that solution, it will be highlighted here. And once that I have that information, I can understand if I have any malicious IP addresses interacting, if I have computers reporting that data, any inbound or outbound communication. And if I click on any malicious IP address that is trying to interact with my environment, it will give me the details as well of this is a local IP address that external IP is connecting to. It will also give me the details of what's the description of that problem or that malicious IP address, where is the attack coming from, and also I can see much more information about it. So I can really go and investigate all the problem, all the security situation that's happening in my environment.
Identity.
Let's change to another favorite one. Everything's favorite here. Identity. How many
pleased.
how many Active Directory admins are here? Good. I think you will love this one because identity should be really, really, really critical to understand, to track, to manage regarding security. And particularly now with all the applications moving to the cloud and with all the cloud logins and interaction and integration, identity is like the new boundary. We really need to be careful. We really need to consider that and protect all around that. With this solution, we can immediately understand if there's a problem regarding my Active Directory environment. I can understand if there's accounts that fail to log on, if I have any locked accounts at any particular time, if anyone tried to change passwords and if it was successful or not, and some other details like notable issues and warning issues. Again, let's go back to the scenario of I'm under attack, something's happening. I can see immediately here that I have the admin account. Someone's trying to use it. I can see 14,000 attempts. Someone's trying to really, really access to my environment, but it has failed 100%.
So how many times have we been told to mitigate risks and actually not disable the admin account?
Exactly.
You can actually really see how it works. And when you do build an Azure VM, you usually give an account you name an account as a local admin. And what I usually do, I just go to my OMS board and make sure that no one has actually figured out what account I'm actually using for my admin and trying to get some password. Because
exactly,
it's hard
to see if your account is not the one that's compromised. So if I click on the admin account, it will give me some details as well of what's the computer that is trying to reach out with that account in particular, but it will also tell me what's the logon type. So it's coming from the network. I'm definitely under attack. Someone's trying to have access with the admin account. So very rich detail that we have here from so many different fronts. Let's go back again. Let's change domains.
We would be able to like fill 3 hours of
I
of
know,
OMS,
so
don't
much
we?
to show here. So we are missing just the last ones. Computers is basically going to highlight all the security events related to computer. It's going to take me directly just to the search engine with all the details where I can filter more and more regarding security. Yes, question?
With the Active Directory, so you've got an OMS client on main controls?
Yes.
It's the same
Yeah.
OMS agent that you have to install in the.
Can you connect that so it's acting like a scene?
It's acting
Like a scene?
like a SIM.
Like a scene?
No.
Scene where you log everything, all your logs go into the scene? Like a security.
Yeah, okay.
Security appliance.
Yeah, no, so
No, it's
it
not.
really just looking at your events. Yeah. Yeah.
It go, yeah,
You have to have an OMS agent on all your main.
that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it goes to the events on the domain control.
Yeah.
And we are also going to add here details for Azure AD very soon. So right now it's only Active Directory, but you will be, this is going to be growing with Azure AD as well.
Sorry, if you got a second one on that, if you've got a SCOM agent on your main control,
Yeah.
does that feed through that channel or would you have to for an OMS agent?
No, it fits through the SCOM agent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one, threat intelligence. We already saw that one. So if I click on it, it's basically the security graph that I showed you before, where I can interact with the malicious traffic, where it's coming and where it's trying to go. Next one, the baseline assessment. This is a baseline that we've created, not only Microsoft, but some other vendors as well and government institutions, where we determine what's the security baseline for Windows environments. Having this baseline, we will check your environment for compliance, we will review that for you, and we will let you know if you are basically good and okay considering that particular baseline.
So a lot of the assessments that we do is asking our customers if you've actually done the security baseline assessment, and the answer is usually either no or yes, we've done it in one computer. So this is actually running on all of your agents. Yes?
Do you install the agents on the Azure VM?
Yeah, so it doesn't matter where their VM is. So there's different ways to connect to agent in Azure VM. So if you have your linked subscriptions, instead of actually downloading the agent and configuring, you can just go to the portal and go, okay, connect it to OMS. So it's a little bit simpler when you're using Azure VM.
Perfect. So the only one missing here is the Azure Security Center. If I click on this one, it will take me immediately to the Azure dashboard to check on what's the Security Center activity. We are also working in investment and integration for that, so you can have all the information and correlation in one single place. And you can actually now, when you go to Azure and you create a new log analytics workspace, you will have exactly the same view as you have here with the OMS dashboard. So basically it's the same. It doesn't matter if you are coming from Azure or if you are coming directly from the OMS dashboard. The idea is to have all the integration in place. So yeah, with that, I will pass that on to Raf.
Okay, we've got 15 minutes left. We've got 2 more demos to do, so it'll be quite quick. The first one is this OMS Data Collector API. So we were talking about collecting computer data, but it doesn't really matter what type of data that you do. You can collect any data programmatically. You can use an API that connects via HTTPS, building a signature on the fly for you to authenticate. So because of that, you can just put any type of data that you like and correlate that maybe to your computer data. So going to my demo, and thank you everyone for helping me out on this one. So this is what Scott Guthrie actually copied my idea from yesterday.
Thank you, Scott.
But yeah. So Anyway, there's a blog on these. I wrote a blog on how to build this Logic app and get this demo happening for you as well. So it goes through, use the Logic app to look at Twitter and then go to Kotlin Analytics, get the sentiment of it. The only thing that I do differently is that I just assess my score. So it gives me the score from 0 to 1, and I just wrote my API to categorize what is a negative and what is positive and what's neutral, and then go and insert that into OMS. So what I have here is your guys, what you've tweeted today. So I'm collecting all tweets from the conference itself, and I'm just filtering that on a MS OMS. So we've got lots of, some neutral, which is fine, some positive, nice. I think there's a negative here. I'm not even there, so it's, yeah, okay, yeah, it is negative, but it's sort of good. Okay, and okay, all right. So it's not too bad actually. I was a bit scared of this because it does get recorded. So you can correlate changes to your software, for example, your application, and how people are actually taking the changes from your application to see how positive or negative your change was for your customers. And because you get that data, you can actually build your own solution and your own dashboard. So because I want to cover service map as well, I'm just going to show you one that I built earlier. Where is it? So I guess so many solutions. There's New Zealand, no, we want this one. And you can see, like, when I actually built my my demo, there was no data there, which was no one actually tweeting about it. But the last couple of days has been really good because I'm getting lots and lots of data. And you can see, who's tweeting the most. So you can actually organize the data and relate. You can edit this. You can create other views as well. It's again something that's coming up. There's a lot of preview views right now, but there'll be different types that will come in. Okay, the last little thing that we want to talk about is the service map. So it used to be called Application Dependency Monitor, and it came from something that we acquired a couple of years ago called Blue Stripe. Anyone familiar with that?
Blue Stripe?
Yeah, a couple of people. I was really disappointed when we didn't get that you put into SCOM, but it works really well with the OMS in the way that it maps your application. So what it does is an extra agent. So you install your monitoring agent, but you also install a second agent, and that will map out your processes with remote TCP connections. And from that is going to map your application and what dependencies your application has. So, what can you do? What it is, you're just mapping an application, right? So you can see how your application works. You can create a CMDB out of it, or you can use it to actually see migration, when you're going to migrate, or just to troubleshoot a service map. So let me show you what it actually looks like, because it's pretty cool. And it's something that's, there's a lot of investment in it, and it's not GA, so this is preview. Just keep that in mind, it's preview. But it's coming when we're happy with it, when we have enough information in there, it will be globally available. So right now I've got an application, and it has a couple web front ends. It's got an application server, which is a Linux, and also a SQL server, which is another Linux as well. So this is what Service Map will do. You'll see all of your processes and all of the TCP connections that those processes have. You can see some of the connections are to unknown agents, so you can see the IP address that it's actually connecting to and the port, but it doesn't give more information because I haven't got an agent installed on that server. but on my application server, I do. So I've had some customers complaining about my application server, and when I look at it, everything's working really well from a web front point of view. But looking at the map itself, I can see that my application server is not running that well. So from here, I can actually drill into it and just load that particular server map. So I can see it's got active connections to 2 web front ends. It's got my little Windows icon. It means that I've got the service map agent actually installed on those Windows machines. And I also got some failed connections. I've got failed connections to remote ports, port 80, and it's coming from that backup script, I think. And then from that server, you can actually get a picture of what's happening. And right now is the last 10 minutes, but you can move a point in time and see exactly what was happening, like last night, for example. So I can look at the summary, I can look at the properties, I can look at some of the alerts. That's why maybe my application is not running that well. I can see that I've got a high CPU usage. I can look at any changes. So when you actually click on the changes in here, it will only give you the period of time. So if you want to see changes for a longer period, you need to actually go and change the times. I won't drill into the other ones, but they're all there. But for this one in particular, this alert, I can either I can show it in here, and I can see exactly when that alert got triggered. But what I also have, because I know it's CPU, I can go and I'm collecting CPU usage, right? I know that information, it's being collected every 10 seconds as well. So I know it's there. Let's change to a day. Right, it's loading. Come on, demos have been really good so far. Yeah, so right now you can't, but there's still preview. What we're working on is making sure that you can customize your application. Also bringing in distributed applications that you build in Scrum and map them out over here as well. So right now, no, but it is on the roadmap. So, okay, that finally came through. And I can see that there's a backup issue happening. So I can really drill down from my application, and because I'm collecting all the data, I can correlate the issue and the alerts to the data straight away, and also the process. It's something that Scrum can't do. I can see the high CPU usage, and usually I would see just the average, right? Because every 15 minutes. So if I'm collecting a sample in the wrong interval, I'll be missing these issues. So OMS doesn't let you miss that. All the information is in there. Okay, we've got 5 minutes. I've got one more slide, and it will be really quick. So this is probably one of the things of why I really like OMS, because it keeps things really interesting. It's not just every 3 months we have a release. It's a continued release cycle. And in fact, sometimes the best way to actually find out new features within OMS Log Analytics is to go to Twitter, because it happens really fast. It's really hard to keep up. So the last year we have a lot of investments within OMS. We've got a huge growth in it, and we continue to invest. So some of the things that we want to work on is how to help you build your own queries as well. The application dependency, the service map. Hang on, I think that's not quite right. There's not enough information that I have in there. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. There will be a lot more PaaS integration. So we can, right now, you can get Azure activity logs. And even if you're using a free workspace, we'll keep that data for 30 days. And now we'll just go there. You can track every activity that's happening in your subscription. There's a SQL PaaS analytics as well. There's a bunch of them, and that's coming up as well. What's not there is more consolidated analytics. So have you guys heard of Application Insights? Yes? Yes, so that's coming as part of OMS as well. Application Insights got a really rich language, and we're going to bring that into OMS Log Analytics. Use more machine learning for smart detection. There is some machine learning within OMS. We're going to bring that more, so there's a lot less tuning processes that we do in SCOM, so we're going to bring that into OMS. It's the service map integration, so we want to do the integration with SCOM and bring the distributed application into it, so you can actually customize a little bit more. Another really interesting one, which is not there, is the network device monitoring. So you'll be able to do a network device SNMP as well and collect data from the devices. Right now we're collecting devices from the nodes. Remember that with the application performance monitor. We're going to make sure that you can actually query the devices directly. And before end of financial year, we'll GA service map and also the network performance monitor. How cool is that? There's so much happening. I wish I had more time because there's so many more solutions within the OMS. So is there any questions that you've got? Yes?
What about management packs?
Management packs. So build your own, you mean?
So how you've got kind of like F5 centric to your current management pack?
Yeah, so right now we're building our own. There are also templates that will allow you to customize it and build your own and then share with the community. Once it will be like SCOM with management packs. We are just starting the journey right now, but yeah, they will bring more in. Yeah.
So you briefly mentioned in the update management, so it's not supported with SCCM, but it's supported with DubSUS, Administrative Update Services, right? So you don't have to be going out to Microsoft.
Yeah. I think so. Come and talk to me about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
With your service mapping, are you capable of drilling down into the network component? So if you've got a link who's doing a service nodes, can you drill down on the link and go down into the network?
So there'll be module down. It's not there yet, but the information is there, so you can actually just search it yourself. Yeah. All right, sorry, before everyone leaves, just thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you.